I have no real agenda. I have no real topic that I want to talk to you guys about today. But I wanted to have a heart-to-heart. I want to talk to this camera, talk to you guys, and I want you guys to leave watching this video feeling like you know me a little bit better, because that's very important to me, that you guys feel like you know me because you come to me for information regarding a very vital part of your life. So I think that information should come from a source that you know and you trust. I'm 33 years old. I have 2 children. Alyssa, she's 10. RJ, he's 8. I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn. I grew up in a very hostile environment. You know, my mom, she did the best she could by herself, kind of by herself. My stepdad was there, but it was a very abusive situation at home. I'm still working on my relationship with my mom, but that's a whole entire different video. I don't even quite know where I want to go with this right now. Oh, before I get into anything else, I've been approached recently. I've been starting to get more offers from brands that want me to promote their products. Now, before I even start, I haven't even I haven't agreed to work with any brands yet. I felt like it was important that I speak to you guys about this first. I want you to know that before I endorse any product or do any work with any brands, understand that I will never compromise your trust. You guys come to me, you watch me, you support me because you trust me and you trust my character. And just know that I would never compromise that for nothing, not for $1. I don't care what brand it is. So if you guys see me endorsing any products, just know that I feel like this product will add value to you. The ethics of this company and this brand aligns with mine's. And it's never just about money. I'm not going to say that I'm not trying to make money. I am going to try to make money, but not at the expense of lowering the quality of my videos, misleading my subscribers. Like the Brix squad, I love you guys, and I would never do anything to compromise your trust in me, like I said. So I grew up in Brownsville, Brooklyn, like I said, and if you're not familiar with Brownsville, it's one of the worst neighborhoods, not just in New York City, but in the world, especially back when I was a kid. So, you know, I got into a lot of trouble as a kid. I won't say a lot of trouble, but I had peers who influenced me to do things that were not good decisions at the time. You know, I was involved in gangs, you know, dealing drugs and just doing stupid stuff. But I never was a street kid. I was in the streets, but I never was a quote unquote street kid. I never considered myself a thug. I was far from I was never a punk ever. But I wasn't a gangster, so to speak. I was in a gang, but I was never the quote unquote gangster. Like, yes, I got shot at. Yes, I'm not going to incriminate myself, but I did street things, but I was never a street guy. I hope that makes sense. I've always had good grades in school. You know, I was a lazy learner. I kind of depended on my natural abilities to get through school, and I kind of coasted through school on that. I left New York. I moved out of my mom's house when I was like, I think I was like 16 or 17. That was for the better. I went to college in Norfolk, Virginia, which is how I ended up here in Virginia. I went to college here. It took me about 6 years to graduate, but not because I was failing classes. I did fail a few classes, but it was more so, you know, financial issues. I was having problems paying for school. I was just all over the place. You know, I got I got married to my high school sweetheart. We had kids. So I was in school, working full-time, taking 18 credits with a newborn at the house. It was just a very hectic but valuable time of my life. I learned a lot. I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about life. I honestly, I just learned who I was. I'm 33 years old. I can probably only say I've known myself for 2 years. I got into a lot of the wrong relationships. I was filling voids with women because I have mommy issues, and I have issues because my dad wasn't around. I had a very victim mentality. I used to blame everybody and everything for my shortcomings. You know, it was never my fault. It was always someone else's fault. It was because my dad wasn't there, or it was because my mom wasn't supportive, or it was because I was fat, or it was because I was black. I always had some kind of excuse as to why you know, when I fell short, I always had an excuse for it. It was a pivotal, damn, I just slayed that word. There was a pivotal moment in my life. I had graduated college. I had gone through the whole thing with the divorce. I had divorced my kid's mom, my ex-wife, and I was at the place in my life that I had worked all my life to get to. I had a good job. I had a nice car. You know, I had a nice place. All the stuff that we use to identify success. I was there, right? And to rewind a little bit, I never was a gangster, but I have a very short fuse when it comes to disrespect. I don't tolerate disrespect at all. On no level are you gonna ever disrespect me or my family or my girl or my children. Like back in the day, I handle things a little bit differently now. I still don't tolerate disrespect, but I'm not gonna punch you in your mouth like I would back in the day. But anyway, I made a bad decision. Fast forward back again. I made a bad decision where I ended up doing something that caused me to lose everything. I lost my car. I lost my crib. I lost my job. You know, it humbled me. It humbled me. I lost everything. And prior to me losing everything, I kind of had this bravado about me, as if, you know, like it was me. I did something good. I came up. I did this. I did that. Nah. And I wasn't giving the credit to God, first of all. First and foremost, I wasn't giving him the credit. I was taking all the credit. And he said, okay, you think you big and bad, huh, Brix? All right, I got something. Let me snatch this rug from underneath your feet and let you topple over and bang your head on the concrete. And that's what I did. And this event that happened was, I want to say it was the best and the worst thing that ever happened to me, because it was that wake-up call that I needed. You know, I literally was at the lowest point of my life. I was lost in every sense of the word. I had nothing. You know, I was just in a bad space. And that's when I found fitness, right then. Which is why I tell people all the time, like, fitness literally saved my life. Because at that time, like, I was spiraling out of control. I had to do something to take control. So at that point, I decided to transform my body. And that's what I did. You know, I started going to the gym. I started taking care of myself. Whereas before, I didn't take care of myself at all. I didn't care about my health. All I cared about was if my rims were clean, or if my, you know, if the new Jordans were coming out, I had to make sure I got them, or how many carats were the diamonds in my pinky ring. Like, I cared about stuff like that. And my priorities were all out of whack. You know, I didn't do things right. You know, I didn't At that point, I was a father, I was a husband at the time, and I didn't handle these responsibilities the way I should have. I didn't. And it took me hitting rock bottom for me to really put things in perspective. Like, I lost everything. So fast forward, 3.5 years later, even during all that, I was going through so much. I had moved to Los Angeles. I moved to New York. I was involved with my then girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, who, there was great things about the relationship, but then there were really terrible things about the relationship. It was a very toxic situation, but it was a very necessary situation that I had to experience in order to appreciate what I have now in my current relationship and my last and final relationship. Thank you, Lord. But I learned so much, man. Like, my time in Los Angeles, I think that was a real pivotal time for me. I found myself. But the thing, and to rewind, man, like, that moment when I decided to change my life and I decided to take control of my life and take control of my health, it's like a light bulb went off. It's so crazy. Like, like, I can remember the moment. It was March 1st, 2013. And from that point on, I don't know how I knew, but I seen all of this happening. Like, I have footage, and I'll probably use some of the footage. I have footage of me saying, maybe one day I could be a personal trainer, or, like, I decided to journal the entire process. Like, I did, I would talk to the camera about how I was feeling mentally, physically, emotionally. And somehow I knew that I was going all the way with this. I knew that I was going to totally transform my body and totally transform my life, and that I was going to take the fitness industry by storm. I knew this. I don't know how I knew at 320 pounds. I don't know how I knew it, but there's something inside of me that just knew where this was going. And once I figured that out, I said, listen, I need to document this. I need to make sure I document this as much as I can. And I did. And with that footage, my boy Treasy and I were putting together a documentary, and I'll tell you guys some more information about that. So that's gonna be epic. But I hate the word dreamer, but I've always felt like I was here for a big purpose, something big. I used to do music. Like, music used to be my life. I still love music. And so music and fashion were my thing. Like, sneakers, like, I was so heavy into the sneaker culture, but all that was stripped away from me. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still there. The love for it is still there. I'm still gonna get back into fashion and clothes, and sneakers and music. Like, these are things that are inside of me, so I'm gonna infuse that type of stuff into the channel, and I hope you don't mind, but that's just me. This channel is about you, but I gotta give you me authentically, and that's such a big part of me that I wouldn't authentically be giving you me if I left that stuff out. Anyway, this vision that I formed, it started with my body, right? I formed a vision. I was obsessed about this vision, and then after I achieved the body, the vision kind of started transforming into how I can help other people do physically what I was able to do. At that point, it was just physically. And now it's like, as I went through the trials, I went through the ups and downs of this whole process of transforming my body and transforming my mindset and transforming my habits and transforming my relationships and the whole 9 yards. It became very clear to me that it was way more than just a physical surface level thing. Like, true body transformation takes more renovation of your mindset and your thought process and your daily habits than it does of your diet and your exercise alone. If that makes, I hope that makes sense. It's so much more to it than diet and exercise. For any lasting results, at least, it's so much more. It's so much more than that. So now that's a big part of my mission. Is I want to teach people, just literally, because all I have is the process that I went through. You know, I do a lot of research, I do a lot of reading, and I'm gonna start by just sharing how I did it. And as time goes on and I get older and I get wiser and I get more experiences and I have more experience dealing and helping with other people, I'm pretty sure this process will sharpen. But for now, all I can tell you is what I did. And a big part of that, as you see the video that I posted the other day, books. I read. I was so obsessed with reading and becoming a better person. That was relevant to my body transformation, as relevant to my body transformation as the actual diet and exercise. So relevant. But now it's like I have these visions for this global fitness brand, like a global fitness brand where I help change the lives of millions and millions of people. I see it. Like right now, my channel is small. And when I tell people, you know, my plans, it's like I smile a little bit because I know how crazy I sound. And I know they look at me like, man, this dude still really thinks he's gonna. But I get a kick out of that because I know it. I see it. I see what this is gonna become. I know that eventually with your support, I'm gonna have the biggest fitness channel on YouTube. I'm saying this right now. I believe it. I know it's gonna happen because for one, it's purposed. For two, no one's gonna outwork me. No one's gonna outwork me. I literally work 18 hours a day. You cannot outwork me. It's impossible. No one has the work ethic that I have. And if you do, then I wanna meet you and I wanna be around you so I could learn how to step my game up. But as far as I know, no one will outwork me, period. Period. So let's just understand that this is not about, this is confidence. But at the end of the day, all of this, the energy that God has provided me to be able to do what I do on a daily basis, is purposed. It wasn't, this is not for me. He blessed me with all this stuff, the willpower, the vision, the work ethic, he blessed me with all this and the bad experiences I've gone through and you know, the people who have taught me, you know, things in my life, like the people who I've come across that planted seeds in me. Like all these blessings were given to me so that I can provide it to you guys. So now I can take everything that I've experienced, every inkling of it, and package it and find a way to effectively give it away to you guys. Like everything I've been through, all my family problems, all the legal problems, all the relationship problems, all the mental anguish and the devil attacking me and the doubt and the freaking negative thoughts and the self-esteem issues, like everything I've gone through was essentially to help someone else who is experiencing something else, because that's what it's about. It's about you guys. It's about my purpose. I've accepted that I am a man of service. I've been put here to be used as a vessel to teach people or to show people, or however it is, whatever means to help that person. Like I feel like God has chose me to use me as a vessel to deliver whatever message it is that he wants to deliver to his people. And I believe that in my heart. And it's a big responsibility that I take very seriously. Very seriously. Very seriously. And the value that I provide to people, like your emails, your comments, guys, I know it sounds cliche, and I know every YouTuber says this, but listen to me. That means so much to me, and it feels so good to know that I'm having such a positive impact on you guys' lives. That means so much to me. I could not begin to put it in words. Like, my words are giving it no justice. It means the world to me, because you guys are allowing me to live my purpose. You guys are validating what I feel like is my purpose. You guys are just confirming that. You're putting it in stone. The way you're responding to my content, the comments you're leaving me, the emails you're leaving me, it is validating what I innately believed, you know? And for that, I'm forever indebted to you guys. Forever. And as the channel grow, you know, I see the comments like, oh, I hope, you know, you better, you know, stay humble. And like, listen, y'all have nothing to worry about. Like, I am not like the rest of these guys. And I know it sound like when I'm talking to a girl and I tell her like, yo, I'm not like these guys. Like, nah, but for real, like, I'm a different breed. I have had a different path, and I have a different purpose, and I have different intentions, period. And only time will show you guys that, but the support is overwhelming, and I want to thank you guys. And stay with me for this ride, because it's going to be exciting to watch. It's going to be exhilarating to watch. You guys are going to watch me manifest all the dreams that I have for myself, for my family, you know, for my children, for my wife. You know, you're going to see me try to make the best out of my family situation. Like, I just want to show you guys every step of this journey. As my car gets better, as my home gets better, as my, you know, all the physical things too. Like, but I want you to see my growth, my evolution, and how my content improves and improves and improves over the years. So just stick around. Like, I really want you guys to stick around, and whatever feedback you have for me, leave it in the comments. I look at the comments, I read all the comments. It's valuable. The feedback you guys give me is very valuable, so keep doing it. Thank you so much, and I hope I didn't choke your head off too much. Please share the channel, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It's growing so fast, and it's such a blessing, and I'm gonna be up in the production value. Thank you so much. As always, I'm here. I'm just trying to share the wellness with you guys. So get well and get money.